news show.
My tech tips on the D&D.
For reals?
Don't open them emails. Ya tú sabes.
Why did you take off that camera over there?
I put it as my webcam.
Oh, and why are they upside down? Okay. I wanna. Okay. What? That's a chase. Hot pursuit. We're late. Hot pursuit. We're late.
Don't ever change.
There's a hot pursuit on TV. Right there. Freeway. Reporting for duty.
Okay, we're live on this Thursday morning, February the 29th, also known as Leap Day for those who were born on a leap year or in a leap year. It is your opportunity to celebrate every 4 years, and today is that day on this February 29th. Thank you so much for watching. We're live to the KGNS app. We're live to the website. We're also live to our KGNS YouTube channel. Just a heads up, a programming note, we do have a crew out in Brownsville where President Joe Biden will be visiting today. Our mayor, Dr. Victor Trevino, will also be meeting with President Biden at some point during the day. Not sure when quite yet, but we do have Alex Cano out there, and so she'll be reporting for us throughout the day, including on the noon show. So she'll be live for us from Brownsville on the noon show. And again, that's for President Biden's trip to the border. President Trump former President Trump, I should say, is visiting Eagle Pass. So we'll have poll coverage from that. We'll be getting that from our network affiliates from CNN and from NBC. So we've got all that throughout the day. Joining me right now, she is back, Yolanda Villarreal. Hi, Yolanda.
Hello, good morning, and we were talking about Leap Day today, so many people could probably send you through messages right now or upload, hey, it's my birthday today. If it is, we want to know if it's your birthday also. But what's going on with our weather for today? You know, yesterday we had that cold front pass by with windy conditions. There was reports in San Antonio that there was a facility that was down because those strong winds as well. But for us here, we were also under red flag warning so far. I did not know about any fire any fire going on here for us in Laredo. But what could we expect for today? Look at these temperatures in the Texas Panhandle, ranging in the upper 20s to 30s. Then we go down into San Antonio. Those temperatures warm up into the 40s all the way into Dallas. Then from Laredo all the way down into Brownsville in the 50s, 58 for Brownsville, 52 for us here in Laredo, Del Rio, 53, 45 for El Paso, and then 55 for Houston. A closer view at our viewing area, some in the upper 40s like Heavenville, 55 for Zapata, 53 for Falcon Lake, and in the low 50s from Carrizo Spring all the way down into Laredo. So for today, what could we expect? There's just a very slight chance of any rain for us here in Laredo in Webb County, but a concern for us would be mainly if you live in the Texas Panhandle. Yesterday there was lots of fire reports going on, lots of wildfires, but right now they're getting a break from that. Lots of mixed precipitation going on all the way into Dallas, some showers and thunderstorms. For us here at home, we do just have a very tiny slight chance, being at a 20%, but not much rain moving into our viewing area. But throughout the day we do see those temperatures ranging in the 50s to 60s. Our winds blowing from the north up to 10 miles per hour. Depending if we get enough sunlight, we might get into the 60s because this morning it is cloudy. There's lots of clouds mainly in Texas, so we could probably get into the highs. For today, we're expected to reach a high of 63, and then for the night dropping into the 50s. Once again, for tonight, it will be mostly cloudy, probably going to be in the low 50s, if not in the high 50s. Then for tomorrow, we start to see an increase in our highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny. Then over the weekend, get ready. It's going to be the start of that warming trend. trend for Sunday. Our dew points will be in the upper 60s. Sunday, it's going to be feeling humid, and we do see mostly cloudy skies. And also notice that our lows will be increasing Saturday night all the way into early next week. By Monday, we do see the return of those rain chances being at a 20%, and that 90 once again for Tuesday and Wednesday in the upper 80s. A cold front is expected to move across Texas, but timing, whether it should be arriving in the lower south parts of Texas, is not quite sure. So I still need to check on that cold front if it's going to be stalled and it's going to stay in the north parts of Texas, or is it going to be completely passed through all of Texas. So that is still depending for next week, but we do see that warming trend over the weekend. For today, cooler weather, probably going to get into the 60s if we get enough sun. Back to you, Ruben.
No rain, Yolanda? Well, so you have a 20% chance.
Today, yes, very slight. Slight chances. The rain right now and mixed precipitation is mainly in the Texas Panhandle all the way to the east, Dallas.
There was some precipitation as the front moved through the northern part of the state, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't get any of that.
No, we did not.
Boo. Okay, Yolanda, thank you very much. Yolanda Villarreal will be on Telemundo en tu Casa at 11, and then you can see her with me again on KGNS News at noon. Thanks
Or we could call it the Villarreal Show.
The Villarreal Show, exactly. It's the Villarreal Show now. It'll be the Villarreal Show at noon. So thanks for your time, Yolanda. I appreciate it.
Thank
you. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's take a look at traffic on this Thursday morning. All right, so let's take a look at Loop 20 at Casablanca. And you can see that cloud cover there off in the distance. And you do see a little bit of traffic there in that area on Loop 20. More accidents yesterday that we reported on KGNS. So just be careful as you make your way through the Gateway City on this Leap Day. And we will have your news when I come back here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Stay with me. Welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk. A reminder, Alex Cano has checked in with us. She is in Brownsville for the President Biden visit to the border. We'll follow that with Alex on the noon show. She will be on live. We'll also have coverage of former President Trump in Eagle Pass. And with the migrant crisis being one of the primary issues in the run for the White House, President Biden and former President Donald Trump are in South Texas today, as I've been mentioning. They're going to get a closer look at the situation here at home. Webb County party leaders share their own thoughts on the sitting and previous presidents' visits to the border. They share insight on what they expect and how it could impact voters. Alex Cano has that story for us.
Over 200 miles south of Laredo, President Biden will visit Bronzeville. Over 120 miles north of Laredo, former President Trump will visit Eagle Pass. Laredo sitting in between the two visits. A topic in common, border security and immigration.
It's an absolutely perfect scenario of what you would expect.
I'm happy, very happy to see that Trump is going to Eagle Pass, where we have the epicenter of all the influx of the illegals coming in.
Webb County Democratic Chair Sylvia Bruni and Webb County Republican Chair Luis de la Garza had a lot to say about Biden and Trump's visit to the border.
President Biden is going to probably do the same thing that he did last time that he came to the border, have a photo op and not take action on enforcing the laws that are in the books that Congress has implemented.
You have the other character going down to Eagle Pass, which has become the stage for Abbott's carnival, to go and basically hype up crises and danger.
But it's not only political heads talking about border security. Recent polls show border security is a top issue for most voters. With March primaries just days away, De La Garza hopes both visits play a part for voters.
Right now is a very critical time in our nation where voting is very, very important. You were seeing the numbers right now here locally in Webb County, and they're very low from both parties. And hopefully by election day that we will be able to increase that.
It's the failure of immigration bills or reforms passing the House or Senate that has Bruni speaking out, and the impact Trump continues to have years after leaving office.
They spent months working on that bipartisan immigration funding bill. Months by both parties. And all it took was Trump sending word, don't do it, and it caved. That's shameful for this country.
Both leaders urged the over 120,000 registered voters in Webb County to head out to the polls before or on March 5th. For KGNS News, Alex Cano.
Well, Bruni says she will be watching President Biden's visit from home. As for De La Garza, he says several people from Laredo will be traveling to Eagle Pass in support of former President Trump. Alex Cano just checked in and she sent us a short video. I'm going to see if I can play this for you. This would be, let's see, I'm just going to show it off the WhatsApp. So this is what Alex Cano sent us as they were getting into Brownsville. So again, Alex Cano will be checking in with us on KGNS News at noon, and she'll have coverage throughout the day on all of our newscasts from out there in Brownsville, Texas. All right. Thank you very much to Alex. She's getting situated, checking in, and we'll definitely be touching base before. We'll be touching base with her a little bit later on. All right, let's go to some other news. Law enforcement is on the lookout for a suspect involved in a vehicle pursuit with Texas DPS troopers. This happened in North Laredo. According to the state agency, around 4 in the afternoon on Mines Road, a trooper tried to stop a Chrysler allegedly involved with human smuggling. The driver did not pull over, and a chase began. Reports say during the pursuit, the Chrysler struck a DPS unit, with that trooper crashing into a commercial trailer that was trying to help. The trooper was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect fled the scene and has not been found. Over in South Laredo, at least one person was injured during a two-vehicle crash at a busy intersection. This accident happened around 4:30 in the afternoon near Highway 359 under the Loop 20 overpass. That accident involved a small car and a pickup truck. Paramedics were seen assisting the people involved in the crash. And a 38-year-old man from Mexico has pled guilty for his role in a tragic tractor-trailer smuggling case that killed 53 people back in 2022. Authorities say Luis Alberto Rivera Leal was part of an organization that smuggled adults and children from Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico into San Antonio on June 27th of 2022. The organization coordinated the transport of a group of migrants in a tractor-trailer which passed through the Laredo Border Patrol checkpoint on I-35. The trailer stopped on a road in San Antonio, and the migrants were left inside with no ventilation, AC, or water. In the sweltering heat, 47 adults and 6 children lost their lives. Rivera Leal is now the 4th person to plead guilty in this case. He faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back with more here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for being with us on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Well, local officials are clarifying the rules for political signs and procedures for campaign supporters. It comes as a campaign worker was injured after being hit by a car near a polling site earlier this week. City officials say that signs cannot block right-of-ways and must abide by certain size limits. Building Services Director John Hickel provides one easy suggestion for the campaigning.
The thing we like to tell folks is if you keep your signs behind the water meter or behind the fire hydrants, you're going to be pretty safe. You're not going to be violating any rules typically. There might be some exceptions, but they're minimal. And then the size of the signs, I think the largest sign that's allowed would be like a sheet of plywood size, basically. 4x8 is pretty much it.
Hickel warned that code enforcement officers are on the lookout for any violations. All right, we're going to switch gears and talk about health. Well, actually, before I do that, let me give you the latest voting numbers from here in Webb County. On Wednesday, nearly 1,500 people voted in person, 64 by mail-in ballot. Again, the most popular spot, the Laredo Fire Department's administrative building. So far, more than 14,000 people have cast their ballots. Tomorrow is the last day to vote early, so you have until 8 o'clock tonight. Then tomorrow from 8 in the morning until 8 at night again, you'll have an opportunity to vote early. Election day, the primary election day is on Tuesday of next week. And if you need any information, you can go to our website at kgns.tv and click on the election tabs. And we will have coverage here on the Digital News Desk for the elections at 7 o'clock on Tuesday evening. The first results that will be coming in will be the early voting numbers. And so we'll have those for you here on the Digital News Desk as we start your election coverage here on KGNS. All right, now we turn to health. And according to the American Association for Cancer Research, nearly 2 million Americans were diagnosed with cancer last year, and over 600,000 died from one of the cancers. February is known as Cancer Prevention Month. Our Lucely Garza spoke to a family doctor who shares ways that people can prevent or detect their cancer at an early stage. Lucely.
Recent cancer research shows that more than 40% of these cases and nearly half of the deaths can be attributed to preventable causes. The Texas Department of Health and Human Services reported that most common cancers include breast, stomach, non-Hodgkin lymphoma nodal, and extranodal. Even though experts say that some cancers run in families, others can be prevented. Dr. Mateo Reyes, a family medicine practitioner, says it's important for children and adults to get their yearly checkups. At the consultation, they can run preventative exams and rule out any possible signs of cancer.
Women are very fortunate to be able to prevent 2 cancers, and that's cervical cancer, which begins screening at the age of 21, colon cancer, which we begin at the age of 45.
Dr. Reyes says other regular checkups for women include getting a mammography. On the other hand, men do have a few preventative exams like colon cancer starting at the age of 45.
And then prostate cancer screening for men now recommended after the age of 55.
All of these preventative screenings can be done at an early age if cancer runs in your family.
If you're a smoker, you need to be having lung cancer screening. And if there's other types of cancers that run in the family, we might choose to run other sort of genetic testing to see if you're at risk of developing those types of cancers.
The American Cancer Society tells people they can make lifestyle changes that can reduce the risk of them getting cancer, like reducing the alcohol intake, making eating changes, and reducing sun exposure. Dr. Reyes says if you start showing symptoms of cancer, that usually means it's in an advanced stage. That's why prevention is key. In addition, Laura Nanes, with the Voice of Hope for American Cancer Society, says they have resources available for those that get diagnosed with cancer.
The American Cancer Society has a cancer helpline for any patient or even a caregiver who might have questions or doubts or needs information on certain things.
For KGNS News, I'm Nicely Garza.
Thanks, Licely. And to contact the American Society hotline, I don't have it on the screen, but it's 800-227-2345. Let's see here. In other news, an informational meeting held on Wednesday is hoping to get artists to lend their talents and submit proposals for murals in downtown Laredo. A program launched by the TERS is seeking artists to design and make murals at 5 different locations in the downtown area. The initiative is part of a larger revitalization effort for downtown, and artists are being asked to keep some things in mind.
And there's different criteria that will be applied as far as, culture and how the design may represent our community. And it's one of the main interests and components as well. And we hope there is really freedom of speech as far as the designs, as long as it aligns with, ordinances by the city.
Well, the deadline to submit a proposal is next Friday, which is March the 8th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Proposals must be submitted at the city secretary's office, which is on the 3rd floor of City Hall. Well, according to the National Center for Education statistics, roughly 34% of students in the U.S. are below basic reading level in the 4th grade. With the intention of improving literacy skills, LISD proclaimed Read Across America Week on Wednesday morning. Over 200 students from pre-kinder to 5th grade filled the LISD Performing Arts Complex dressed as their favorite Dr. Seuss character. Every year, the district, as well as the nation, celebrates the week right before the birthday of children's author Dr. Seuss. Melly Pice, LISD's Director of Library Services, says they come up with new and exciting ways to get the students engaged in reading.
We try all kinds of things to encourage students to read. Like this week, we have a lot of fun activities that the kids can dress up as a special character, or they have special games that the librarians at the campuses are promoting just to get them to read any book or anything. So it's important for them just to read every day. They can read a magazine, a newspaper, all kinds of books, and that's what we provide at our campuses.
Students also got a chance to enjoy a special reading of the book, The ABCs to Ranching, by children's author Patricia Raymond. This evening, LISD is hosting a family reading night at all of its elementary school campuses. The public is invited to attend. The Laredo Sector Border Patrol needs help finding a name for the newest member of their horse patrol. The agency is holding the Name Our Mustang contest on their social media page. Those interested in participating in the contest will have a week to submit their choices. Then a name will be selected next Tuesday. Winners will receive prizes, including Laredo Sector swag. Organizers are hoping that the contest does more than find a new name.
It's really a way for us to interact with the community. We really want the community to have some type of ownership to these wild Mustangs who were once wild, obviously, and they didn't have a name. And so we thought, well, why don't we have our community of Laredo go into our pages? It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be in Laredo, but anyone that follows our pages to have an opportunity to say, hey, I named that horse.
Well, if you have a name in mind, you can find a link to the contest under this article on KGNS.TV. And finally, if you missed out on the WBCA Carnival, you're in luck. The Border Festival de Laredo Carnival has just hit the Outlet Shops parking lot in downtown Laredo. This one opened on Wednesday, and it continues until this Sunday. There are over 20 rides for the entire family. So head on out there and check it out. Okay, that's it for me for now. I will see you on KGNS News at noon. Alex Cano will be reporting from Brownsville, where President Joe Biden is visiting today. And we'll have coverage throughout the day. What can I tell you? Alex is on top of it, and she'll be there for us for KGNS News at noon. So I'll see you then. I'm going to try to connect with her before that with some new technology that we have here. And if I'm able to do that, then perhaps we'll come to you here on the Digital News Desk with a quick live from Alex Cano. So just if you're on the website, keep it there, or tune into our YouTube channel as well, so we can bring you that from the Valley. We'll be back on the air soon, 11 o'clock for Telemundo, noon for myself. Until then, I'll see you. Have a blessed rest of your Leap Day.